first thing you have to understand when you're looking at a model is, okay, who do I work for, and what does that look like for me? What's in it for me? And I want you to be ultra over the top selfish, okay? I want you to say, what's in it for me at every step of the way, and why would I do this? So when you're looking at it this way, you have to understand, first of all, who do you work for, right? So when you're looking at who you work for, you can say, okay, great. Well, the first thing you have to understand is, do I work for a franchise model, right? And the standard franchise setup, which is what all brokerages are today, or they're cloud-based. And what is the difference between all this cloud-based talk that I hear about? So the only difference is that. So if I'm looking at the two models, the two different versions, how does it look? Well, the franchise model, first and foremost, the franchise model looks like this. You've got somebody who starts off the franchise model, so let's just pick, are you familiar with RE/MAX? You've heard of RE/MAX, right? So RE/MAX has Dave Liniger sitting at the top of it. So Dave Liniger, and they came up with a little hot air balloon, and they started the RE/MAX thing. And then Gary Keller, in case you've heard of Gary Keller, Keller Williams, they have Gary Keller, he started that. And then Berkshire Hathaway was Warren Buffett, and so on. So these are the people that started these companies. Well, what they did first was they said, all right, I've got an idea, I got a concept, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna join and I'm gonna create a franchise model. But by doing that, what first I have to do is I have to get and recruit a bunch of investors to give me millions of dollars, pour millions of dollars into me, so I can go ahead and build this thing out internationally. Then what I need is I need them to recruit a whole bunch of other people to put in millions of dollars and give me millions of dollars to them, right? To own regions within this structure. So I'm setting up this real estate company, this franchise model. So I need the franchise itself, then I need investors, and then I need people to buy regions. So they bought in, so they recruited them. Then I want them to who? Recruit franchisees to buy the franchises, right? So they start off with franchises. Franchises, for example, Keller Williams franchises typically around 200 grand, and right now they have anywhere from 5 to 10 owners per. So it's going to be somewhere between $20,000 to $40,000 a piece to buy into that. Then these guys are spending millions of dollars to buy in and own regions, and these guys are putting in millions of dollars as investors into this model. So all these people are buying their way in to building this model out and buying their piece of the action, right? They're partners in this, so they pay for their partnership. And then what do? Well, they recruit who? Us, right? They go out and recruit 1 million agents. Does that sound about right to you?
Nope.
Okay, this is exactly how it works. So when you look at these, what did they really create? Well, they created a pyramid, right? And I don't care what brand you pick. Pick any one of them you want. They're all a pyramid, that's all they are. Well, these are franchise models. That's what a franchise brokerage is, it's a pyramid. The problem is 100% of the money comes from where? The agents. 100% of it, no doubt about it. Every penny that comes in, these people don't sell real estate. These are investors and owners. This is the guy that started it. This guy sold a house in 40 years. So when you look at this franchise model, the problem that you have is all these people are the partners. So when you sell a house as an agent, all the partners get paid, right? They each get a piece of the pie. You get what's left over. The problem you have is you're not part of the partnership. You didn't buy your way in. These people did. So they're all partners and you're left out. You're at the bottom of the rung. You bring in 100% of the money, but you don't get to share in any of that revenue. So the revenue comes in, you get no piece of that because you're not a partner. Does that make sense?
Nope.
Okay? And we've all worked for these, right? Every time we bounce from one to another. And this is the biggest problem. For an agent, what happens is agents bounce from brokerage to brokerage. Well, in order to change this dynamic, in order to change this way of going, in order to be more than just the worker bee and actually get a piece of the honey, well, how do I do that? Well, I have to leave the franchise and I have to go to another one. Well, franchises dangle carrots to each other. Hey, come to RE/MAX. Hey, come to Century. Hey, come to Keller. Hey, come to Cobalt. But the truth is they're all structured identically the same. There is no difference at Sotheby's that there is here. There's no difference from between Century 21 than there is here. They're all exactly the same. And that's why agents bounce and they bounce and they bounce and they never make any more money. It's the exact same. Sure, they change the fees, they change the caps, they change the splits, they change all this crap. It's just a shell game. Instead of getting paid this way, you get paid this way. You're within one transaction of making the same money at any one of these. It doesn't matter which one you go to. Meaning, you sell a $300,000 house at 3%, it's 9 grand. There is not one of these that pays more than $9,000 difference than any of them because they're all structured exactly the same. That's why. They all have the same partnerships, they all have the same splits on the money. That's where the money goes. This is what happens to them. And I don't care if they're an independent small one. Just the name of these people is different. They've got investors too. They got backers to do in order to do it, to spread it out. Then they sell the franchises. This is exactly the model. So it doesn't change no matter which one they are. The problem for the agent is, if I want to make more money, I have to leave them to do it. Well, either I have to become my own independent, or I have to figure out a different way. Well, there is no other way. Any one of these, they're all structured the same. So the only thing that's changed in our industry is what? Cloud-based technology, right? So the technology, cloud-based companies. So cloud-based real estate is in our market now. So what does that mean? Well, what that means is, we look at this and we say, okay, who's the number one name in real estate? Who is it? Number one name is every client you have, when they think buying a house, they think of where do they go? Who do they think?
Yeah, one of the top ones.
Maybe Remax, maybe Keller, maybe Century, maybe Coldwell? Yeah, maybe even EXP? No, it's not. It's Zillow.
Yeah.
That's the elephant in our room, right?
Yeah,
we don't even
yeah.
think of it that way, but that's a fact.
Yeah.
They own the
No, that's
mindset of our clients, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
You're right.
Yeah, 100%. So this is what we're fighting, but yet we think we're fighting these. But when you go from here to here to here to here, it doesn't matter because they're structured identically the same.
Yeah.
This is the one that's going after you. This is who's putting these people out of business. Now, if we said, okay, cloud-based companies are coming into real estate just like they did into every other industry that cloud-based came into. For example, Amazon. You're familiar with Amazon? Yeah, right? Largest company in the world. Well, they're putting retailers out? No, they're putting malls out of business. They can sell a Coach purse cheaper than Coach can sell a Coach purse. Well, that's a problem for Coach Purse, right? Because Coach has all these partners they got to pay. That's the problem. They're franchised out. That's the problem. So they can't do it this way. This is why Amazon can put them all out of business. And all of them are structured the exact same. They all can't try to figure out they can't do it. Well, we can go online. Yeah, but people don't go online direct. They go to Amazon because it's cheaper. And this is what happens. If we go to the transportation industry, the yellow cab, they went bankrupt. Why? Because Uber came to town. Right?
Yes.
These were not dumb people. These are smart people. The problem was they couldn't compete on that platform because they're not cloud-based. They have all of these costs. They have all the partners to pay, and this is the problem. Go to the next industry, everything that cloud-based is in, they dominate. Look at the hotel industry. Hilton's been around for 99 years. They're worth $3 billion, right? $3 billion for Hilton. Airbnb's been in business less than 5 years, and they're worth $31 billion. Do you see the difference? It's not even close, right? They dominate everything. So then if you looked at these, and I give the easy comparison is Blockbuster Video was a $14 billion company. Netflix came in and said, hey, buy us. I don't know if you know the Netflix story or not. They had begged them, please buy us. Second time, please just buy us. Partner with us. Do something. They said, get the hell out of here. Third time, they said, listen, the CEO of freaking Blockbuster Video threw them out, had security removed, and said, if you ever come in here again, I will have you charged with trespassing. You're not allowed to enter my building. Stay out of here. You're not even a blip on our radar. That's what they told. Not even a blip on our radar. What a quote, right? And they said, listen, if you don't partner with us, at least, if you don't want to buy us, great. But if you don't partner with us, we're going to put you out of business in the next 5 years. Well, that wasn't true. They put them out of business in the next 3 years. It didn't take 5, right? Netflix came to town. Blockbuster went out of business like that overnight. And it's not that these were dumb people or they didn't have the money, because they didn't realize the one thing in the room. The same thing Zillow learned. They learned that technology is the play. Could you imagine a tech company that owns real estate company? A tech company that sells real estate? That would be insane, right? Well, that would change things, wouldn't it? Right?
No, it's changing the game.
Changing the game. Exactly. It's the game changer. I'm totally with you, Renee. I couldn't agree with you more. Now, looking at this, you say, okay, well, Zillow's doing this. How do we prevent this? Zillow not only owns the mindset of our client, right? Because our client says, I'm going to look for a house. Boom, they go to Zillow.com to look up houses. And we're like, oh my God, this is terrible. Well, they do. But it's worse. It's worse, Renee. You know what else they do? They program us. What's the last thing you do before you walk into a listing? You go to Zillow to see what Zestimate says the gosh damn house is worth, because you know that's what they think their house is worth. This is what they do to us. And we hate them. We're like, this is terrible, right? Because we have to fight that game. Well, we created the game, and we allowed them to play that game, so guess what? Now they're in that game. So they're in that space. Now, imagine this. If you look at the top 20 real estate companies in the world, Only 5 of them are growing. The other 15, if you're not growing, you're what, Renee?
You're dying.
You're dying. So guess who's going out of business? Just like all the other franchise models and all the other industries with the cloud-based giants in town. These are Blockbuster Videos, my friend, and they're all going out of business. Not because Kurt Shewell said so, I'm not that smart, I'm not that strong, but because cloud-based and technology said so. So if you look at our phones, let me grab my phone here, I'm gonna show you something. If you look at our phones, right? We call this a phone. Well, this isn't a phone, this is your life, right? When I say it's your life, as my daughter told me, she goes, Dad, that ain't your phone, that's your life. Everything's in there. You run your entire business from it. If you want to see people face to face, you do it in here. We can FaceTime, we can go direct. You can make phone calls. This thing right here, without this, you lose it. You have a camera. This is your camera. You want a clock. This is your watch. Every single thing, facet of your life, your business is all in this thing because the technology is so insane. Here's the funny part. This is an iPhone X, which is a 10, right? Well, the iPhone 13 just came out. I only got that a year and a half ago. I don't know how to use half the stuff on it. And it's already outdated by 3 models. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So, can we agree technology is gonna continue to grow and it's not gonna stop because I said, please stop, I'm too old and I can't keep up?
Yes.
Right? So if I said, is it gonna get better or worse? Is it gonna get better, technology?
It's gonna get better.
It's just gonna keep getting better, right? No doubt about it, my friend. I couldn't agree with you more. So the truth is, technology is gonna get better. It's gonna keep on going. It's not gonna stop because I said so. So do you see these going out of business slower or faster?
Faster.
Faster, of course, right? Because Blockbuster Video was gone in 3 years when Netflix took over, came to town. What you have right now is you got these giant companies with all these agents, hundreds of thousands of agents. They all work for these companies, and they're about to go out of business. The companies know it, they just can't do anything about it, and they're desperately, frantically trying to figure it out. So this is why one of the owners of one of them, Keller Williams, he came out and said, we're a tech company. And I love that he said that because he was trying to rally his troops to say, no, we're a tech company. Stay here, please don't leave. But the truth is, he's not a tech company, therefore, he's a franchise model. This is how he's structured. He's got all these partners, and that's why his agents can never make any more money working there than they would at any one of the other ones. The only way they're gonna make more money is they have to get out of this model. Well, guess what? It's happening for them. How cool is that? These are Blockbuster Videos. Netflix is in town. So if I have an opportunity and I want to fight Zillow, the first thing I need to be, if I want to fight on a cloud-based platform, I better be what?
Equal.
A cloud-based brokerage, exactly. So if I'm not a cloud-based brokerage, I can't fight on a cloud-based platform. If I'm an antiquated old model that's going out of business, guess what? Boom. So the top 20 companies, 15 are going out of business. The 5 that are not are cloud-based companies. Guess what? Not a shock. The technology is going to run it all because that's what it happens. That's what they do. That's how cloud-based works. So if I look at it a little bit deeper and I say, okay, what's so damn different? First of all, right, here's the problem. The agents are at the bottom of the food chain here and they're not part of the partnership. So they're not partners in this thing. They're on their own, right? They bring in all the money. They just don't get to get partnership money. They don't get the revenue sharing of any of this. They don't share any of that because they keep it, right? And these people get a piece of it. Well, in a cloud-based model, 100% of the agents bring in 100% of the money. So the money, 100% still comes by the agents. No different. You and I do it. We still sell real estate the same way if I do it in an antiquated old Blockbuster Video model or if I do it in a Netflix cloud-based model. Either way, I'm still the salesperson, still the real estate agent selling the house. The difference is on this page, this is where 100% of the money comes in. Who's the only billionaire on that page? Up here.
The one without.
Sure, there's the billionaire. Shocker. It goes up to the top because the agent's on the bottom. On a cloud-based franchise, a cloud-based model versus the franchise model, I said that wrong, the franchise model versus cloud-based, the cloud-based model, the agent is on top. What do I mean? Sure, this is still the same billionaire sitting here, right? However, 100% of the partners here, all the partners, are the agents. So instead of the money flowing up to the billionaire, here, the billionaire is here. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that, and I'll give you our example, going complete apples to apples, it's the best model out there right now happens to be EXP out of the cloud-based companies because EXP says, okay, 100%, billionaire, no different. The difference is the agents own the company at EXP. So the agents are the partners. So 100% of the money comes from them. Guess what? 80% goes in their pocket. 20% goes to the company. Of the company dollar that comes in, 50% of the company's dollar goes back to their partners. They pay out just like they do. The difference is, you know who they are? Us. The money goes right back to us because we're the partners. So we share in every bit of the revenue that comes in. So far for 2021, the company's paid over $120 million in the revenue sharing part. $120 million. Now, you know what's really crazy? I'm nobody special. I'm certainly not any better than you. You're a lot better than I am. But the truth is, they give me, because I've been here 3.5 years, and they allow me as much piece of the partnership as I want. Well, I thought this was pretty cool. When you sell your first home, you become a partner. So here, you sell your first house, they give you some stock shares of the company, you're a partner. As you grow the company and others are attracted to what you're doing, and I talk to agents who are like, Kurt, what is going on over there? I'm like, man, this is the craziest, coolest thing I've ever seen, but you have to understand how this looks, right? What is cloud-based versus a franchise model? And once I learned that, I was like, oh my gosh, I started talking to a lot of agents going, do you realize what's happening? And they're like, oh my God, I didn't see that. And most of them don't even realize they work for Blockbuster Video. And Netflix is in town, right? So that's just what's confusing to them. So when I showed them that, they all started coming across. Well, because I was the one helping them do that, I helped them with their business, I helped them with building their teams, I helped them build their brands, and I helped them build their partnerships within the company. Well, the more people that are in the company because of you, the bigger the partner you are because you're growing your own company that you own. Well, this is really cool. Then you get bigger pieces of that. So right now, after 3 years and 5 months, I have over 2,000 partnerships, right? So I'm a partner over 2,000 times because I have 2,000 agents that now are through this company, through what I've started building and building out this company. So I get paid every time one of these people sells a house. The company gets their piece out of the company money, I get paid. Agents always get their money, company gets theirs, 50% of it goes back to us. Agents hit their caps, they get 100% of their money, no more goes to the company, no more gets shared until next year. It's incredible. So this allowed me, out of the $120 million plus that was already paid out this year, $1 million of it went to me. So I got one of it, which was really cool. And I thought, my goodness, if a guy like me, who looks like me, who's as short as me, can go out and make that kind of money doing exactly what I was already doing for the last 15, 16, 17 years of my real estate career, and they're gonna pay me that to do the same thing I was doing, clearly I needed to be in a cloud-based model. Now I understood how cloud-based works and why it's so damn powerful. When you eliminate all the costs and the bricks and the mortar and everything that goes with it, it's a game changer. So that was the #1 reason that we switched over.